Hello everyone, it's me, Miss Hanner, and we're going to go over some comprehension. We're going to talk about compare and contrast. We're in Unit 3, Week 4. The materials we'll need is paper and pencils, and of course, your lovely voice. So we're going to talk about compare and contrast. What does that mean? Compare tells how things are alike. The fox and the deer both live in the forest. That's how they are alike. They both live in the same place. Let's talk about contrast. Contrasting or contrast tells how things are different. A bear is a mammal, an owl is a bird. So that's showing how they are different. They both might live in the forest, which is comparing them. But we found out that this is one way that they are different. The bear is a mammal and an owl is a bird. So we're going to read a story where we can compare and contrast school from the past and the present. And it's called Schools Then and Now by Joe Court. Long ago, travel was different. It was hard to get to school. Boys and girls walked for hours. Some traveled by horse. Children went to school by horse and wagon. So this down here is called a caption. It explains the picture in the story. Now it is easy to get to school. People can travel by bus, some walk, or ride in a car. Children ride in a bus. Long ago, this was a school. The teacher waited outside. She rang a bell before class. In this school, in this picture, from what it's saying right here, it had one teacher in the whole school. Today, schools look like this. A bell rings inside the school. Classes are ready to begin. And now, this school has many teachers, as you would know because you're in school now, with many teachers in one big building. Long ago, stoves were used. The stoves kept the rooms warm. The windows let light in. All the light came from outside. So now we heat rooms in other ways. Hot water pipes warm the rooms. Lights brighten them up. So it says lights come from bulbs. See up in the ceiling, that's where we get our lights from. Long ago, children sat in rows. They sat on wooden chairs and desks were bolted to the ground. The children sat at desks. Today, children sit at tables, some sit at desks. Nothing is bolted to the ground. Children sit and work together. So you know even now that in your classrooms, you may be at a table, you may be sitting on pillows, you are all over the place. Long ago, children wrote on slates. They did not have pencils. They used pieces of old chalk. Now they use pencils and paper. Some children use computers. How else has school changed? Pause it, think about it. Talk to somebody that's in your house. How has school changed? These children right now are working on computers. They didn't have computers in the past. So let's think about this now. How did people travel back to school? Now, this is where I want you to pause the video. If you need a reminder, you need to reread. You can pause the video. You can rewind back in the story. How did people travel to school back then in the past? Right. They walked to school for hours or traveled by horse. Now we get to school many different ways. For example, the school bus, a car, might even ride your bicycle. And of course, people still walk to school if they live close by. So we have a picture here of a horse and carriage taking the children to school. So let's also think about this. Now, this is when we are contrasting. How were classrooms different from classrooms today? All right, pause the video, go back, and there's a lot of examples that you can find. How are they different from the classrooms today? Think about just the classrooms. Right. They used windows for light and stoves to keep warm. Now we have heating throughout our schools and electricity. So great job. When thinking about comparing and contrasting, think about how things are alike, which is comparing, and how things are different. When you think of these things, it also helps you to remember what's going on in the story. And so you can enjoy it and tell someone else about the great things that you read. So goodbye for now.